guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be sharing an exciting story with you. How I said yes, how I got engaged. So many of you will know that I did get married in Jamaica, but while I got married in Jamaica, I was not engaged in Jamaica. I was engaged in the United States. And a lot of persons will ask me if I didn't anticipate being engaged when I did. No, I didn't. Specifically because we had a conversation, and I specifically remember telling my husband now, do not propose to me. Why? I knew we were getting serious, and my best friend back home, she has a nickname for me. She calls me the runner. Whenever I realized that I was getting a serious relationship, or I freak out and I run. That's what I do. The runner. That's what she called me. Anyway, I knew we were getting serious, and I was gonna come to give him a visit because he had come the last time to visit me in Jamaica. And I was coming to return the favor. And this trip was supposed to be about meeting more of his family, getting familiar with his congregation and his friends. And so I didn't want to be freaking out and looking over my shoulder and wondering what I looked like the whole time. So I said, do not propose to me. He said, okay. So of course I got myself ready for my trip, and it was supposed to be, some outing, some relaxed time. I told him I definitely wanted some downtime, some relaxed time to enjoy my trip. So we met his family the first time I came to the first weekend I came. His parents were actually having an anniversary party, so we all got dressed up and we did that because his parents, his family, they all dress up for big events like that. And we went out a few other times to have dinner and to some fun places. And then there was this evening that they were going to take me to this hibachi grill, because he's always wanted to take me to a hibachi grill. I like hibachi grills. So I was excited, and his friends were there, his parents were there. Should have really cued me in, but it didn't. We had a great time. The chef made a great show, cooking up the food in front of you, the whole works of what a hibachi stands for, and we really enjoyed ourselves. So now, fast forward to after dinner, it's time for us to leave, and we're figuring out what are we gonna do. Is the night gonna be done here, or are we gonna do something else? So we go downstairs, and I see this horse carriage. So it was a beautiful horse carriage. So I said, wow, look at that. And he said to me, you want to go for a ride? It's ours. So I'm like, whatever. Now, there's a backstory here. Apparently, months before, he had spoken to me and said to me that when I came for a visit, he wanted to take me for a horse ride. And that's what he said. He didn't say anything about any carriage. He said to go for a ride. But I had researched, and I know the time I'm gonna be here, it was gonna be between 50 and 60 degrees. And he said to me he wants to take me for this romantic ride. Now guys, I'm from Jamaica. I'm from the Caribbean. In Jamaica, when you hit 50, we don't even hit 50 much. When you hit 60 degrees weather, everyone in Jamaica that has a relative that lives abroad, or everyone that inherited a nice sweater, because we pop them out. Everybody is in scarf, sweater. When we have 60 degrees weather, even low 70s, we're all dressed like that. And people are making jokes about who's in a malice with their bathroom and taking the showers. It's a big thing. It's a joke back home. So for him to say to me that he wants to take me on a romantic ride in 50 degrees weather, that was not romantic to me. I said to him, no way, I'm sorry. That does not sound romantic to me, no. And I completely shut it down. That was the end of that conversation. He didn't say anything more than that. I didn't ask any more questions because freezing my tush off was not romantic, and that was the end of that conversation. So in the moment when he said to me, it's ours, I completely thought he was joking, like seriously. So I started walking towards the car. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, aren't we going to the car? He's like, no, we're going for a ride in a carriage. I'm like, what? And he said, yes, for real, legit. I rented the carriage for us. So I was taken aback. I was really excited. This was my first time ever going into a carriage. Seen them in the movies before, always thought they were beautiful, but never thought I'd go in the carriage like that. So anyway, even that time, I was not cued into what was going to happen. As I said, I don't have it on my mind because I said to him, do not propose to me, right? Or so I thought. So anyway, his parents are there, his friends are there because we're all there, and we go off for a ride. He said we're supposed to be riding for what? Either half an hour or an hour. I can't remember. But I remember the whole time I was just so excited riding in the carriage. And I'm in the carriage and I'm not even enjoying the whole thing to the full because it's beautiful. It's taking me to the city. But all that's going through my mind is I need to talk to my best friend. I need to tell Rachel, I'm in a carriage. He took me in a carriage and he's in the carriage and just looking at me and laughing. But I'm just grinning ear to ear because my mind is not there with him at that moment. I'm just looking to go back home to talk to my best friend and tell her all that's happening to me. So yes, then we passed something. I think it was one of those monumental buildings or something. It was something that caught my eye. So it's like, whoa, I'm touching him, and I touch his chest, and I realize like his heart was really beating really fast. So I was like, why is your heart beating so fast? Are you nervous about something? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. And I'm going on again about the whole thing, and we're talking. And then eventually he says to me, we have to go now. I'm like, it's not half an hour yet. He's like, we have to go now. I'm like, well, you know what? It's not my money. You're wasting your money because I'm almost sure this has not been half an hour since we've been riding around here. So anyway, again, I'm not from here. So everywhere in this moment looks alike to me. So we come off the carriage and I know we entered the carriage when we were at the restaurant from where we just dined. But when we came off the carriage, I just thought that he dropped us off at the back entrance to the restaurant or something like that. I didn't know that we were in the same place. But what I was sure of is that his family was there. So as we were walking up towards him, I see his family there looking at us and smiling and taking pictures. And I turned to him and I said, your family is so weird. Look at them taking pictures of us and being all mushy. And he smiled. And then we come and we stand in front of this majestic courthouse. And I see him. He looks at me and his family's looking at me and they're all smiling. And I'm feeling really uncomfortable now because I'm like, I know they're just being nice and they're just being loving, but man, what are they all smiling about? Like, seriously, what's so funny? Anyway, we're there and I see him. He's taking off his jacket. Well, his coat that he was wearing. He was taking off his coat and he looked like he was bending down. So now for me, even in that moment, I am so oblivious. I did not know he was about to propose. I thought that he was taking off his coat, maybe because he got too warm. It is a very heavy coat and he probably dropped something. So I am getting ready to take the coat from him as he's bending down. And as he's bending down and I'm taking the coat from him, I hear this enormous scream. But the scream was different. It wasn't like the regular accents that I'm hearing around me right now. The scream was in Jamaican. Yes, the scream was in Jamaican. And I turned around, I'm like, where is that coming from? And when I look, it was my best friend, my sisters, a few other people. They were all there tied in on video conference. The screaming. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's happening here? And then I turn around and he's there bent down with the ring. And I just freeze. I was just like, I started shaking. I wasn't sure what to do. And my sisters are screaming and I looked up and his aunt was just right in front of us. And I looked in her face and she was like, yes. And then it dawned on me that he had asked me, will you marry me? And I just remember giving him my hand because I don't even know till this day if I said yes or anything like that. I gave him my hand and he stood up and he hugged me. But I was just so shocked. I saw my sisters there. It meant so much to me to see my, because that's another reason why I was afraid to be even engaged here. Because I'm like, if you engage me when if you propose to me when I'm in America, I'm like, my people won't be here. You know, my family, my friends, they won't be here. But he had been working with them all this time, making the like connections between them, how to be present at this moment, and it was a phenomenal moment. And of course, at that point, I felt so weird. The days to come, the weeks to come. I didn't even know how to act. I mean, like, I've never been engaged before. How does an engaged person act? Do I get really excited? Do I just keep it calm and cool? Do I raise my hand like this from now on? Do I hide my hand now from now on? You know, I'm just like, it was a very interesting experience. It was an enjoyable one. I mean, I definitely did not expect it because, as I said, I tried to thwart it, but it happened, and I'm happy I said yes. So that's the shortened version of my engagement story, guys. I the backstory of how we met is a completely different thing. Maybe I'll do it for another video, maybe I won't. But I'm happy to share this one with you because persons have asked me before. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned to my channel for where you can get more awesome tips, tricks, and ideas to your home. Bye bye.